I do believe this is session 17. I need you to open up your computers and go into Google Classroom if you haven't already. I'm going to go ahead and open my Google Classroom. And you should see a file entitled Direct and Indirect Characterization. Hopefully it's spelled correctly. Direct and indirect characterization. Now, we got off to a late start last class, but I like what I'm seeing here. Here we go. All right, yesterday we talked a little bit about explicit and implicit. Now, listen up. You're going to need to know this. Explicit means the author says it straight up. Implicit means we had to come up with that. Based on the information given, we have to come up with that. And I don't think I gave the example in this class. So check this out. Let's say I'm a character in a story, and my name is Mikey. The character's name is Mikey. I'm going to be asking some questions, so make sure you're paying attention now. Mikey has worn out shoes, holes in his socks, pants that are about 2 inches too short, and a shirt that's all worn, and the letters are faded on it. What would you infer about Mikey? Raise your hand if you think you can infer something about Mikey based on the information you gave. L2, what do you think? Come on. Worn shoes? Poor. Great thought. That's a fair assessment based on what you see just in that one section. Arthur might be thinking, hey, Mikey, you're my buddy. But I realize you come from a family of 5 and that you get everything handed down. You're the youngest of an entire family. That's a fair assessment too. But the idea that they don't have a lot of money to buy new things, that is a fair assessment. So, did the author state Mikey is poor? No. We had to infer that. That was implicit. Now, if the author just came out and said Mikey is poor, why, that would be explicit. And we could say that. So, that's what we're going to be looking at today. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to open in Google Classroom the file that says direct and indirect, but I also need you to open the poem. You need to have both the poem and that the file direct and indirect open. So let me find my poem. I'm not sure why it wasn't up to begin with. The server encountered an error. Well, that's sweet. That's fantastic. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Oh, that's only frustrating because I have to go back. And it takes about 3 to 5, maybe 7 seconds every time I click to get to where I want to go. If I have to click 5 times, that's like almost a minute. And that is not fun. So you should have open in front of you not only the poem, but also the direct and indirect characterization sheet. Oh. Frankenstein, the poem. Here we go. All right. So as you see, oh my gosh. For the direct and indirect characterization sheet, it says at the top, Now that you have read the poem Frankenstein, and I'm going to stop right there, listen, I would highly recommend when we start this, the first thing you do is read the poem again. Because now you know what you're looking for. She's on the move. Now you know what you're looking for. So read the poem again. Now that you have read the poem Frankenstein by Edward Field, take a look at the list of characters found in the story. And I have it listed at the left column. There's only 4 of them that we're looking at. Describe what the author reveals about each person in the story. Then provide a quote from the poem to support each response. There's 2 pieces there. There are 2 pieces there. Number 1, you're going to describe what the author reveals about each person. And then you're going to give me a direct quote that you found from the text. Please note, there are certain things that the author explicitly states about the characters, and this is to say that the author actually states something about the character in a direct manner. On the other hand, there are certain things that the author implicitly suggests about the characters. As readers, this is you guys, we must fill in the gaps or infer what the author is trying to communicate. NH in the back said Mikey's character was poor. It never once stated that Mikey was poor. However, she was able to infer based on the description given. So here we go. Do me a favor. Scroll down, and you see a list of characters. And I'm going to start with the monster. I'm going to make a direct characterization and include the quote and line. So I'm going to say, this is my description. The monster looks ugly, or even looks hideous, or is unpleasing to the eye. Okay? The monster looks ugly. The question now is, yes. No, I'll relax. Yeah, hold on. The monster looks ugly. That's my description. There's part 1. Here's part 2. What is the quote given in the text that says that? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to find and tell me what line that came from. We got 2 people with their hands up already. I don't need to give 30 seconds. Make it 3 seconds. Make it 3 people. L1. Line 8 is absolutely correct. This is what line 8 says. Pay attention back there. Line 8 says, he is pursued by the ignorant villagers who think he is evil and dangerous because he is ugly. The author stated that. The author stated he is ugly and makes ugly noises. So I said, in that first box, the monster looks ugly, and then I took from line 8 and 9, the monster is ugly and makes ugly noises. Lines 8 and 9. Okay? And I got to figure out how you can see this, because you can't see this right now. And I will learn how to do that, and it'll be awesome. Now, here's the tougher question. In the back, here's the tougher question. What is an indirect characterization about the monster? What is an indirect characterization? In the back there, NH. Say that again. Clueless? He has no clue. And where did you get that from? Oh, that's great. He has no idea what he's supposed to do with bread. Like, it's bread. You're supposed to eat it. So this guy is clueless. That is a great, that is wonderful. I'm actually going to change my answer and put that in there. Right now, do me a favor. Type in, listen up, listen. In the indirect Indirect characterization for the monster. The monster is clueless, or at least not very smart. What did I just do? Oh, of course, sharing a screen. That would be total. That make total sense. Yeah, it did. The monster is clueless. No. The monster is clueless. The old man, when he gave him bread, had to show him how to eat. That's basically lines 17 through 20. So just as a recap, as you're still typing, for the direct, we said that the monster looks ugly, and we took that straight from lines 8 and 9. Yep, absolutely correct. Then for the indirect characterization, as we were informed from the back, hey, listen up, I'm telling you. For the monster, for indirect characterization, you would put that the monster is clueless. And we know this because when the old man gave him bread, he had to show him how to eat. He had to show the monster how to eat. And that's basically lines 17 through 20. So just to recap, direct characterization, the monster looks ugly, and we got that straight from lines 8 and 9. However, the indirect characterization is something we had to infer as the reader. And we were provided with the monster is clueless, and we know this because when the old man gave him bread, he had to show the monster how to eat. That is a fantastic indirect characterization that we provided as the reader based on the information we were given. So now you're probably thinking, well, Mr. Neiman, what are these 3 empty boxes for the baron, the villagers, and the old blind man? Those will be what you fill in right now, but here's the deal. It is not due until tomorrow night. So if you want to work on it now, I'll be walking around, and I want you to work on it. Because there's a very good chance that I ask a question that you provide me with the answer, and you might earn a Smartie that way. I'm not saying it will happen, but it might. Ultimately, there's 6 boxes left, and I need you to fill them in. That's what we have. So one more time. Direct characterization is straight from the text. We provide our description. Then we say what the line is, or what the quote is, and then we tell what line it was from. Then also, the indirect characterization. We take what we know from the story and we infer about the monster. So that's a great job. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Stop in my Zoom.